Taking a daily look at the biggest stories in Denver sports and interacting live with you, the Coffee Break fam. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of joe, and enjoy your coffee break. Here's your host, Rachel V. Hill.
We've got a solo episode today with literally a stunning background behind me as we are at the Ravenna, whichever one you would like to say, golf course for Bruton's books. Excited to be down here. David Bruton, obviously, trying to help kids with literacy. I love that foundation. So excited to be here. Like I said, absolutely stunning backdrop, $1 million homes behind us. Had a chance to catch up with Knowshon Moreno. Obviously, love seeing him anytime. He fills in on 104.3 The Fan every once in a while. But it's just going to be me and you guys hanging out for a little bit, talking sports. I know there is a ton going on right now, but also which Broncos quarterback does Knowshon want to start week one? We will get into that. Last thing I got for you. I was wrong this morning, okay? I've got a little bit of insight about the Russell Westbrook stuff that's been coming out and how it actually could be the real deal. I said this morning on Denver Sports Daily, I was like, nah, this is like a Klay Thompson thing. It's not actually going to happen. There is a little bit of insight that could possibly be changing my way to think, oh yeah, Russell Westbrook could actually be coming to the Mile High City, which I don't know how I feel about that. So let me drop that in the comments, how you feel about that whole situation, and then we can go from there. But first, let's get into week one for the Denver Broncos in Seattle. Who should be starting? If you've been paying attention to Coffee Break, you know I'm all about starting the young gun, getting him out there. Is Jarrett Stidham going to be your quarterback for the next 10 years? Probably not. Is it going to be Zach Wilson with the way he's looked out at OTAs and minicamp? Definitely not. Also, congratulations to Zach Wilson, obviously getting engaged in Italy to his longtime girlfriend. The ring, everything looks stunning. He was wearing orange. Check out the picture on Denver Sports Daily. Looks like the sun's going to come out for a little bit, you guys. So we're just chilling. Again, drop in the comments, though, how you're feeling about Russell Westbrook, if you would actually want him to come to the Mile High City. But week one, I've been all about Bo Nix. Bo Nix. Just start him. Throw me into the fire. I know people don't necessarily like to do that. We all look back to Patrick Mahomes and say, oh, Patrick Mahomes had a year. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes was sitting behind Alex Smith, a future Hall of Famer. Okay, that's not here in Denver. So I'm all about definitely just rolling with the new guy and everything else. But we did catch up with Knowshon Moreno, who, by the way, is great dude, so much fun, such like a beautiful personality. He's so chill too. And I can be so real with Knowshon because he does work here. He understands the media life. Like, let me put it that way. I can be so real with him. And I think I caught him a little off guard when I asked him who he wanted to start week one, because most people aren't just that upfront about the conversation, especially to former players. But he took it like a champ. He answered 3 of my questions. First of all, just being out here at the golf course and being able to support David Bruton about who he wants to start week one. And then we also asked him about how he's feeling about the running back room this year and if he thinks Javonte can get back on track. Take a listen. Excited are you back to be out here today?
You know what? Very excited. Never played here before.
Stunning, right?
Stunning. Love the views. Difficult course, but, it's great to be out here for a great cause. Supporting Bruton and his foundation. So love it to be out here, see the fellas, and just enjoy the day.
Okay. Who do you want to see out of the 3 quarterbacks right now? You obviously got Week one, if you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, I guess just go with the young boy. At this point, you drafted him. If he's shown that he's ready, let's put Bo in there and just see what we got with the young kid.
Obviously, lots of people know you for your work in the running back room with the Broncos when you played. How are you feeling about this year's running back room?
It's a stacked room. I think we have some really good players in that room, right? Javonte coming off that injury and stuff like that. Got to get him back going, right? I know how it is when you get an injury, especially ACL. In that first year coming back is kind of difficult, right? So second year off that injury, let's see what he can do. It's a good room though, right? But it's going to be competitive. And at the end of the day, we got to get it done for that young quarterback that's in the other room.
I appreciate Knowshon just rolling with the question. You can see he's like, oh, crap, I have to answer this question. But it's the question that all of Broncos country wants to know. Who's going to start? Who should start? Do you roll with the young guys? Does it hurt them? I see one of the comments coming in said, good morning. I don't think Alex Smith is a Hall of Famer. I don't either, but it wouldn't surprise me if he gets in. Maybe not first ballot, but like 2 or 3 ballots. I think he could possibly sneak his way in there. But who should start week one? I think that's the question a lot of people want to know. I'm all for Bo Nix, and I think a lot of people are all for Bo Nix. See what you have in the young gun, get him out there. I also really appreciate the fact that Knowshon does understand what Javonte Williams is going through. I even asked Knowshon, I was like, is there any way I can get you on to kind of like go in depth of the mindset of a player going back from injury? It was like, yeah, year one, you really wanted to see him shine, but it takes so much longer than that. We've even heard Sean Payton say, like, year one, you're just kind of getting yourself back out there, hoping to see some good things. But year two, year three is really when you start to see that player and who they're going to be after injury. So that's what I really want to pay attention to with Javonte is this is the year. But what we've seen out of him out at OTAs and minicamp feels like he's just a step behind, or he's like too scared to actually go for it. He's not running as hard as we've typically seen in previous years. It just feels like a different Javonte. And I know there's all those rumors going on about like right now, Javonte Williams may not even make that team. Who knows? Okay. Who knows if he will? The running back room is stacked along with the wide receiver room. You've got so many different decisions that Sean Payton is going to have to make. That's why training camp this year, each and every single day is going to be so important. That's why you're going to want to check out the recaps from myself, from Andrew Mason, Cecil Lammy, denversports.com. We're going to keep you guys up to date on everything. But I do think it's going to be really important each and every single day that we're out there to see what is working for him. And I love that Knowshon understands. Again, he came back from injury. He had to fight through injury. What is it going to look like when it comes to Javonte Williams? And the rest of the room is pretty stacked. I'm excited to see what they end up looking like. Let's go to the comments. My best part, when it's just you guys hanging out like one-on-one, I love reading the comments. So please keep them coming. I'm not on the Bo Nix train yet. I want to see a little more before I jump on the train. Okay, so Roy, my question to you then in the comments is, who would you want to see? Have you seen enough from Jarrett Stidham? Did you see the spark out of Jarrett Stidham last year after they benched Russell Wilson? That's my main question. So let me know in the comments if you're not on the Bo Nix train. Zach Wilson, I'm not trying to harp on Zach Wilson. Okay, I think he came into a really crappy situation, but I also just don't think it's him. He does not look good. He looks like he's been planning his proposal, and to like each their own. You look like you've been planning your proposal, my friend, and not really getting ready for the season. He just doesn't look right. And for where he was picked in the draft, it's crazy to see kind of the downfall of him. So that's why I'm on Bo Nix. If they had somebody else, if Russell Wilson would have turned out to be the player we all thought he was going to be, I would totally 100% have been down to say, you know what, draft Bo Nix, let him sit a few years, learn from Russell Wilson, but they don't have that guy. They don't have that veteran presence. Jarrett Stidham will not surprise me, though, if we see him out there week one. I've talked about this plenty. So that's just like a little bit on the quarterback situation out there at Broncos. Again, huge shout out to Knowshon for sitting down and chit-chatting with me while we were on the field. Or on the course, I guess I should say. You guys, can we just talk about how stunning this is, though, out here? First of all, the clouds are in here. It's gorgeous weather. These houses are beautiful. There's Knowshon, Brandon Lloyd as well, hanging out here, hitting some balls, trying to get them obviously in there. They actually were doing pretty good out on the course as well. Knowshon not hitting as well. The female that you see on there actually was the one that got the ball in the hole too. And then just some other people that are out here for Bruton's books, hitting some balls, having fun, checking out the Denver sports. And then I found this little baby bunny. You guys, look at how freaking cute this little thing is. I just had to share that with everybody out here. But it was so fun. It's been beautiful. I love it. Let's get into Russell Westbrook though, because I didn't think that this was true. I really, really didn't think that it was going to be a true thing, but apparently it really is, and he has interest. Granted, we all know Russell Westbrook wants to go out there and get a ring. Like, that's the main priority, and that's the priority for every single player, so, like, let's not act like that's anything different, which is why I found it so shocking that KCP ended up leaving. I feel like there has to be something else going on behind the scenes, because that one really sucks. But the Denver Nuggets are obviously still in competition. Their window is still open. You still have Nikola Jokic on your team. But it would just, I don't know if Russell Westbrook would be the fit. Like, we saw what every other team who's picked him up has tried to do. And does he really fit in? Like, everybody is so unselfish on this Denver Nuggets team. We saw Jamal be unselfish this year. We saw, I mean, obviously Jokic is unselfish all the time. We saw MPJ be unselfish. Aaron Gordon has been unselfish. KCP was unselfish. Can Russell Westbrook come in and be unselfish? I just don't know. And I really don't know how I feel about it. I don't like a superstar name coming in. I wasn't even on board for Klay Thompson. I don't like it. I just want somebody who comes in here who's kind of a no-name. Like, true NBA fans will be like, okay, I know this guy. But the rest of the world, they're like, nah, I just want somebody to come in here and can be just that like other piece. And is it going to be Christian Brown who comes in and fills in now for KCP? Is that what the starting five is going to look like? Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, MPJ, and Jamal. I feel like that's not a bad lineup, but can Christian Brown, he can't have his spurts where he goes 20 something games or 20 plus threes without draining one. Like, they have to have somebody who can go out there. So let me know in the comments. I'm really curious how you feel about Russell Westbrook. I just feel like it's so random. Okay, I do want to answer some of your guys' questions though, but I really am. Please let me know how you feel about the Westbrook stuff. Hey, besides Bo Nix, who would be the most important player to shine at training camp? Ooh, this is such a good question. Who would be the most important player to shine besides Bo Nix? Dante, I don't want to harp on it, but like, he definitely has a lot to prove for this training camp. He has to go out there and be the starter. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think Storm is coming in, everybody. We're getting ready for it. It really is. Seriously, I can't get over this view. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Who else would have to be? TJ Locke needs to be really good. I think any of the new guys, Brandon Jones, you got big shoes to fill down there. Obviously, with Justin Simmons being gone. I was actually surprised. I was wondering if Justin Simmons was going to be out here. He is not, so who knows what he has going on. But I would say Javonte Williams definitely has to. Cortland Sutton has to really shine at training camp, not because like it's questionable if he's going to make the team. He's obviously going to make it, but if he doesn't look good, people are going to talk a lot of smack. The media is going to have a really hard time. Fans are going to be having a hard time because of everything that happened in the offseason. So my answer, I have 3 answers for you. I feel like Brandon Jones, PJ Locke, we need some of those guys, the secondary, to look really solid, to fill in, see how they can replace Justin Simmons, go alongside Pat Surtain, see what that's going to really look like too. So anybody in the secondary, Javonte Williams needs to really shine, I believe, at training camp. And then I'm trying to think. Anybody else? Not really. I mean, there's obviously competition, but it's not super crazy competition. The wide receiver group, obviously, there's just a lot going on there. Brandon Johnson is even going to make the squad. Jordan Humphries is even going to make the squad. Josh Reynolds, can he hold onto the ball? And he's going to make it. They actually traded for him, so or free agent. So yeah, I would say those. So I feel like I didn't really give you a great answer, but those are the names I definitely get paying attention to. Training camp goes in. It's officially July, you guys. 24 days, and we will be out at Broncos training camp. 26 if you're going as a fan, so we'll be here before we know it. Let's see. Isn't Westbrook a cancer? I think everybody complains about him. See, that's my big fear is like, can he come here and just be unselfish? Can he come in here and not have to be the superstar? I feel like when you play the superstar for so long, and I think even for a player like Nikola Jokic, if he would ever go to a different team, I don't think he ever would. Like, could he go out there and just continuously be not selfish? I think probably knowing Jokic, he's unselfish, right? That's why Jamal got the ball and got those 2 winners, buzzer players. Like, probably could, but can Russell Westbrook? That's my fear when it comes to him. So I don't really know. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that whole situation. Also, Jonathan Drouin re-signing with the Avs. This is major, major, major. I was nervous even this morning on Denver Sports Daily. I was like, I don't know if he's going to re-sign. It's not looking good. I had some tweets out earlier this morning, and I was like, I'm not feeling good about this. They get it done. They re-sign him. I believe it's a 2-year deal. $2.5 million, which is great. We did see a few other names, obviously Trennan, Sean Walker is gone too, which is just a little bit of a bummer, but it sounds like the New York Rangers went pretty hard after Drouin, but I am happy to say that he is re-signing. Him and Nathan McKinnon will stay reunited, which will be really good. That makes me excited. There's so much good happening here in the Mile High City right now I feels like we're going through heartbreak, but between the Nuggets, between the Avs, even the Broncos, like I think they're finally going to be on the right track. You went and drafted your quarterback, whether or not you were super high on Bo Nix. If Sean Payton can turn him into somebody, then that's all you really want to see. So going back to some of your comments, seriously, the best part of just hanging out with all of you guys. Let's see. The right guy can help us win. I'm assuming you're talking about which Broncos quarterback. But that's the question. It's like, who is the right guy? You have a bunch of relatively young quarterbacks. The fact that Jared Stidham's the most veteran quarterback in your room, it's a little crazy. So it'll be interesting. I'm really, really excited to see. Oh, thank you. Drew in 1 year at $2.5 million. Love that. Again, they're saying our championship window is now. That's why everybody was concerned about like the draft and what the Avs were doing at the draft. Here's the thing is they traded away a lot of their picks, but they got a lot back for future picks. They know their championship window is now. You have to be able to go with some cups. You have Nathan McKinnon, you have Carr luck. Go out there and try and win Stanley Cup. So you need to get a veteran presence that can help you. And that's exactly what I thought they did with the draft. They didn't try to bring a bunch of young guys. They obviously got players, but they traded away those earlier picks and said, you know what, we're going to attack free agency really hard, which is fun. It's always fun this time of year. and then we can rebuild quote unquote later for the future with some of those younger guys. So I love that. Love that it's a 1-year deal, $2.5 million. Again, try right now. If he doesn't get into the system at the end of next year, then you move on and you look ahead. But hopefully right now is the time. So I love the move for the Avalanche. I'm trying to think what else. I've been running around the golf course, obviously, hanging out with the guys, looking for Bruton out there on one of the holes. So it's been really fun to be down here and get it's like stunning. Like I could not have asked for a better day to come out here and just hang. I saw a lot of people here too that said hello. So I appreciate you guys for always talking to us, hanging out with us too. It's definitely fun. I'm trying to think though. Our work group was going off for a lot of stuff, but apparently ESPN's Hoop Collective podcast ripped the Nuggets and KS pretty hard. I'm assuming for letting go KCP. I'm really confused on that whole situation, if I'm going to be honest. Okay, just one-on-one talk with you guys for a sec. I don't know why KCP would walk away from something working to go down to Orlando, because, I mean, their window at the beginning, it's getting really, really close. To go down to Orlando for not that much more money than it seems like the Nuggets were going to pay. And it was like, well, they don't have income tax down there. Okay, he would have lost out on like $2 million. And when you're signing a $60 million deal, I feel like that's not that big of a thing. So it really makes me wonder, was there something going on behind the scenes? Were things just not clicking in the locker room 100%? Obviously, we know that a lot of people were dealing with injuries. KCP himself was dealing with injury. Jamal was dealing with injury. MPJ had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So I don't know. I feel like there's something else going on there, and we'll probably never know, obviously, now that KCP is gone. But it just feels weird to me that he would walk away from that deal. Again, like I'm sure the Nuggets came close in their offer to what Orlando was doing, but I feel like a championship is priceless. So that's where I always kind of struggle, and I'm like, I don't know. So, all right, you guys, that's going to do it, though. I hope you guys just had a quick little coffee break, was able to sit down, get distracted from work for a little bit, talk a little bit of sports. I appreciate you guys always for hanging out in the comments and chit-chatting with me. Let me know if you like these one-on-one episodes. I do obviously love sitting down and talking with you guys, seeing all of the comments and everything else. So I appreciate it, but that is going to do it for today's episode, mainly because I think I'm about to get rained on. And I don't really want to get rained on. Like I said, the clouds have been gorgeous. It's beautiful. Again, I can't complain with the view, just hanging out here at the golf course, but I don't want to get rained on with all of this equipment. So that is going to do it. I appreciate you guys so much, again, for hanging out with me. Keeping me up to date on everything else that I missed while I was out here on the golf course. Huge shout out to Bruton's Books as well for providing literacy for kids and wanting to help all of them. Such a great fundraiser. I know they already hit their goal, which is absolutely amazing for the year, and to everybody that came out here and is playing too. Such an awesome fundraiser. And of course, Denver Sports for being out here as well. They've got a booth set up, which is just really, really cool. So love that I can be a part of a company that can, be a part of any of these sort of charity events and everything. And I love just being able to come out here too and provide just a little bit of extra coverage to it as well. So that is going to do it for today's coffee break. Again, love you guys so much. I see all of the numbers. Amazing crowd today, I guess I should say. So thank you guys so much. And we will see you tomorrow for a Tuesday edition of Denver Sports Daily at 10 a.m. and right back here at 12 p.m. for another edition of a coffee break. So love you guys so much, and we'll see you later. Bye.